Charisse, Twyla, welcome back to downtown Gilbert. All you lurkers, let's report in, lurkers, for this important check-in. Relatively important check-in. I don't have any big news, but it's a check-in. Report in, y'all you lurkers. And Bob, welcome back to downtown Gilbert. Charisse, they're gonna have to try a lot harder than that. Let's give it like maybe 10 minutes or so, guys. I hope nobody's in a huge rush. I know that sometimes the notifications like really lag because every once in a while Cheryl or somebody will come in and will be like, how did I miss 15 minutes or something? So let's give it a couple of minutes, let some folks come in. Enjoy yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. And we'll get a nice little knife unboxing. Very exciting. Very exciting. I just realized I have to close this because then you can't do this big cool, you can't do this big display of opening it when it's already open, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like why bother? M-Ball, that would actually be news to me, and unfortunately I don't have any major Gilbert news. I haven't been out on the streets. I've been so nauseated and disgusted over politics of any kind at any level that I honestly want nothing to do with it at the moment. But let's give it a couple minutes. Yeah, which cop gang are you? Which police division are you talking about? Oh, yeah. We'll give it maybe 5 more minutes, and then we shall unbox. And beer, welcome back to downtown Gilbert. While you've been not bystanding, I moved into the house finally. That's nice. Then same week my truck was totaled. Oh, what? Just the truck was totaled. There was no injuries. If so, that's good. But I mean, yeah. Man. Happy Memorial Day this week. That's why our tower is red, white, and blue. No injuries. Alright guys, let's begin with this unboxing here. Just first a couple of quick updates, and I'll answer any questions if anybody has any. I am alive. I have not been bystanding. You haven't missed anything. We all collectively have missed who knows what, an infinite number of things in downtown Gilbert, but that's how it goes. I've just been really busy. I've been working on a lot of personal projects, a lot of personal improvements and things like that. I've just been way too busy. And I still and have always had a full-time job, which is great news, but I'm not done hanging out with you guys and walking the mean streets of downtown Gilbert, and I'll be back as soon as possible. That's my major update. I hope everyone is doing well. I know times are tough out there. And times have been tough for a while, to be honest. Oh no, I think that's a cop. Maybe not. It's mosquito season. There's mosquitoes starting to come out. It's actually a really nice night. Holy cow. Going to bed too early? Yeah, I've been going to bed early too. And every night from my house I can hear the remnants of the live band sound waves coming through. And sometimes you hear like Airbnb people walking by, and I'm still right there in the action. I just haven't been documenting anything. It's only getting crazier here in downtown Gilbert, guys. Holy smokes. 88 in Gilbert. I guess some folks might say that's a little warm, but I'm in short sleeves and it's like, feels like perfect room temperature to me. Like the wind, like if there's not much wind, but when the wind blows, I don't feel any temperature. All I feel is just air hitting me, you know? Does that make sense? That's how room temperature it is out here. I don't feel any temperature in the movement of the winds. I mean, 63 in SoCal. Ooh, I'll be in Oakland. Might do some... Wow, guys. Might do some remote bystanding. This September, I'll be in Oakland, California. Oh no, somebody's running over here. What do they want? Just leave me alone. I'll be in Oakland this September. I should have some spare time to do some bystanding in Oakland. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Do we have any Northern Cal folks? Alright guys, let's get this started. If you're watching this after the fact, welcome back to downtown Gilbert. I've been sorely missing bystanding with you guys on the weekends. A part of my soul is missing. You know, it's how it goes. We live in a world where we don't always get what we want. And we don't, you know what, let's end this Rolling Stones madness once and for all. We don't even get what we need, and we don't get what we want. What the hell is that? Do you guys hear that? Like howling? Oh, it's probably just dogs howling. Anyway, let's do this. Oakland is not a safe city, says M-Ball. That was my first kind of reaction, but I mean, like, all of it, I'll probably be in, like, a really downtowny, touristy area. But then again, I don't know anything about Oakland. Alright, let's do this, guys. Let's begin this knife unboxing. Ready? This, of course, is the, my brain is melting. This, of course, yeah, it takes some knives. This, of course, is the Microtech MagnaCut version of the UTX 70. That's 70% of their usual Ultratech, that's the normal one, and double edge, DE double edge. Incredible action. Nobody makes automatic knives better than Microtech. I wouldn't even, maybe Benchmade or something, but I would not get a automatic knife from anyone else. And they're usually like numbered. I got a special number here. What is it? It's 36. That was LaRod Stevens howling. Let's do it! Got a very special knife. I've been wanting this knife for probably years. Do we got any stickers? Come on, give me some stickers, guy. Give me some stickers, guy. Oh. Hold on. There's got to be a sticker in here. No. Oh well. Guys, this is the Tops Knives Tactical Division. This is all handmade, 101% made in the USA. Ampere, I'll take that a step further. From my perspective, in Arizona, where there literally are no knife laws, I would say that probably most of my knives are not legal in California. At least like half of them would probably be outright illegal. Yeah. So let's do it. Let's see if we can. I wonder if we can. Okay, stand by. In SoCal? Oh, is it different in NorCal? Whoa, 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 whoa. Care and feeding of your new Tops knife. Cleaning the linen micarta. We suggest using either standard Windex or 409 cleaner. Place the liquid on a clean cloth. Rub vigorously on both handles. Allow to air dry. Repeat if necessary. Clean as often as required. Do not remove handles. Most top knives are made of 1095 high carbon alloy steel. 1095 is a carbon steel alloy and such is susceptible to oxidation. Some periodic maintenance is required. This consists of applying a light coat of rust inhibitor / oil to any exposed metal areas. That one doesn't so much apply to this one because it has a coating. We'll see. Non-powdered coating areas such as blade edge, saw teeth, serrations, and logo lasered are the only areas which do require attention. Oh, if I just would have waited. The only exception to this are camouflage blades which require an application to the entire blade. Interesting note. 1095 high carbon steel is easily resharpened. That's what I like about it. It's not a premium steel, but it's easy to work with. The angle for small knives is 18 to 20 degrees and for large knives 20 to 25 degrees. Should your knife require a new factory edge in the future, we are happy to do it for you free of charge. Please just include the appropriate amount to ship your knife safely back to you. I know Microtech has a cool little like resharpen, refurbish program. I think $20 you send your knife in and they'll clean it, give it a factory edge. Tops knives are not made for throwing. Prying with the knife is not recommended, but it's neither prohibited. Please visit our website for full warranty information. Oh man, I'm a mosquito. Tops Knives, Certificate of Manufacture and Authenticity. This certificate will verify that this knife is made by Tops Knives 101% hand finished in the USA. Okay, so it's hand finished. Let's get this little, guys, what we're looking at is the blackout version of El Pionero. My old faithful companion is back in a black on black. Whoa, look at that. I'm trying to get, can I get like a, I mean, it's a full tang, so the blade actually goes all the way through the whole thing. It's a fixed blade knife. There's the Creep Reaper or whatever he's called. There's that little guy there. That sign means watch out. That sign means I'm gonna turn you into a skeleton. That sign means do not touch my wallet. micarta handles. Very nice Kydex sheath. Takes up no more room than the knife, really. Great clip. This is the tops clip. I mean, wow, this knife is just... It also comes with a whistle. Let's see, whistle test. Brace yourselves. Okay. But I am immediately taking this off of my Pionero, because the whole point of El Pionero is having a low profile, low key, under the radar knife made strictly for self-defense. Here's El Pionero. We're on a dead-end street, so we can see them coming if they come for us. Look at this. Nice little thumb heel to pull this out. Oh, she's in there. Woo-wee. A little bit of factory oil. Wow, 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 wow. Look how sweet. El Pionero. It's got this it's like a rough DLC coating. That means you will not see this flashing in the night. There will be no warning from the Creep Reaper about this blackout edition El Pionero. Wolfman, welcome back to Downtown Gilbert. I don't have any major updates, but I talked a little bit at the beginning of this. We are opening up the blackout edition of El Pionero. This knife was designed by a guy named Ed Calderon, and it's based off of a paring knife. Just a regular cooking knife, so as to be unassuming but extremely valuable in a self-defense situation. This divot here holds multiple purposes. Oh, Ed Calderon, by the way, real world experience in undercover anti-drug work against the cartels and stuff where you really do need to have, you know, weapons of war, where you do have to have something to protect your life. And he used a lot of his real world experience in designing this. For example, this knife was made for stabbing. It's got like this false edge on top. There's no edge there, but it does get way thinner. And it's just a stabbing machine. But I also like the El Pionero because it's a really cool, like a camp knife. Put this in your pocket or on your belt, and it's a knife that can do a whole lot of things. You can use it for eating and then for self-defense, and it's super tough. See, the blade itself actually goes all the way down, 100% of the way, which is not a given with even many full tang knives. A lot of full tang will go like, you know, most of the way to the end. But the finger divot, this is so you can easily orient it. If you're reaching behind your back, for example, you'll know which end is the sharp one immediately without looking. Also, this is really useful for yanking it out. I don't want to know how he knows this, But it seems like old Ed Calderon knows that sometimes when you stick a knife in something, it doesn't want to unstick. So this will help you really yank it out. Let's say you're stabbing a tree trunk in a self-defense situation. Anyway, this is El Pionero, stabby and slicey. Very cool. I love the blackout edition text. I love this coating. Sometimes you'll get, it's called the DLC, diamond-like coating. And it's like a carbon type coating. And a lot of times it's just like a matte black, but they're like kind of thin. And it's supposed to be a diamond-like coating, and they're a lot of times not diamond-like. As in, they can get scratched off real easy and worn. But I can tell, like from the texture, that this is like deeply, thickly coated. Maybe like multiple times. Like, it's kind of unlike any other DLC coating that I've seen. It's really rough. Yeah, it's almost like it's like a smaller like resolution than that, but it feels like a finer bed liner. Exactly, not like a regular DLC coating, but it's just cool. Very cool knife. Super concealable. You can see how thin it gets right there. But yeah, it's very bedliner like. Let me zoom out here. Maybe we can. The regular version, of course, is like a tan, like a brownish tan. And there's no difference except for the color, and this one's like a limited edition. The coating on the blade, I think, does make the price a little bit more than the regular version, but they're basically the same. It's just the blackout is for like tactical reasons. Very, very happy to see El Pionero again. It's just really, it just feels great to hold. It's hard to find a good fixed blade, you know, like not a folding knife. That's a good size and is actually useful. A lot of these fixed blades are like big, huge, like chopping butcher knives, or like big old hunting knives, or like crazy serrations that I don't really like use. This is almost kind of an undersized fixed blade. But that's kind of what makes it cool. It can easily fit in your pocket. A lot of these fixed blades, you have to belt it. I have a lot of cool fixed buck knives, for example. You know, they're hunting knives. Even the smaller ones, you have to wear it on a belt. You do not have to wear this on a belt. And you can carry this in all kinds of creative ways with this clip. You know, you could put this in your back, on your waistband in your back. You could put it scout style, they call it, like this on the small of your back, or like this. I think of it, Topps Mark, yes. Topps knife El Pionero Blackout. Nailed it. Just did the unboxing. I've had the LP and Arrow before, but I've never had the blackout. So I just wanted to do this quick check-in with you guys and open this knife, which I love. I'm really starting to love tops. I don't have a whole lot of them. I have a couple. I have the Lion's toothpick, which is really cool. And I have LP and Arrow. And I think that's it. I like their Tom Brown Mini. The Mini Tom Brown tracker or whatever it's called. Super cool. I need to get one of those someday. Looking to get a Bushcrafter. I'll have to check that out. That one doesn't... I can't think of what the shape of that is. But yeah, I think, Charisse, I think of it like a steak knife. I think of this as a deadly self-defense steak knife. It's exactly what it looks like. This feels great too. Like, it's micarta, but it's like, maybe it's just because it's new or something, but it's like sticky in a good way. It's like strangely sticky. Strangely sticky. Very cool. Give it the old shave test. Fail at the shave test? Hold on, stand by. It's not shaving great. But maybe this is... Oh no, it's sharp as hell. Okay, yeah. It's sharp as hell. I wouldn't say it passes the shave test great, but it did shave. It doesn't seem to be like ultra sharp though. That's no problem. This is 1095 steel. You can get exactly the kind of edge that you want yourself on this very easy. I have no concerns with how sharp it is or isn't. The edge does not look damaged in any way. It could just be really oily too. Did you see all that oil that came off when I first opened it? It could be literally the oil preventing it from shaving. Because it looks incredibly sharp. Self-defense against attacking steaks. Yeah, very aggressive. Mark, if you missed it earlier, we talked about the designer Ed Calderon, how he was a anti-drug guy working in Mexico against cartels, and he designed this knife based on real-world experience. This cool kind of unique finger divot is that so you can easily locate the edge. You can orient your hand if you're pulling from behind your back, for example. You'll quickly know which side is the, like, it's obvious which side's the edge. Also, sometimes knives get stuck. Tops are legit. Yeah, everyone I've had has been awesome. I don't think this is only my third one, but everyone has been awesome. Also, this is useful for yanking it back out if you really need to pull it out of somebody's ribs, or a tree trunk, I mean. But yeah, I'm starting to really like tops. And it's crazy, and you know, see how thick that is? Like, you can almost see how thick the coating is. That ain't gonna scratch off. I've seen some of their other knives with this really interesting kind of almost textured thick coating. It's like that on my Lion's toothpick. But I've been disappointed in some of these black coatings before, but this one is impressive. I mean, holy cow, look at that. You can see how thick it is. Radio nerd. We're doing an unboxing of the El Pionero Blackout. There she is. This knife is made for stabbing people in self-defense situations. I think it wasn't shaving just because it was so oily. Like, there was a bunch of grease that came off of it from the factory. I think if I wiped it off, it would be a lot better. But I am super impressed, as I was the first time I got the regular version of El Pionero. Somebody called it the LPN Arrow. And I still laugh every single night. There I am in my bed laughing every night about someone saying LPN Arrow. Because it totally works. Uh-oh, who's creeping up on me? I'm ready, fool. I'm ready, fool. I'm ready, fool. Anyway, guys, that's the unboxing. I don't want to waste too much of your time, but I'm having fun hanging out as people trickle in, so maybe I'll hang out another 15 minutes. We'll go for an hour. We'll go for an hour. I know, they're like, dude, why is there a crazy guy sitting next to the rock with the LPN Arrow? Poorly concealed in his left hand. Yeah, it's a really cool steak knife. 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 Yep. A knife is like a mirror. And sometimes you don't want to let anyone know what you're working with. And why should they? This is America. I actually really love that red. I think it's just sort of like a barely even an accent, but look how cool that is. Super cool. The red kind of like makes it, you guys. I actually love the red. See, about halfway down, like the blade width like gets cut into a third. Uncle Stabby, they call this guy. Really kind of unique blade shape. They call that a false edge, I believe, on top. It's not. Oh man, can you imagine? They should do a California illegal version where it's double-edged from here to there. It actually is not a false edge on that part. That would be sick. Man, that would be too dangerous for me though. I'd be slicing myself. I don't know, maybe not. My thumb really doesn't go that far. I think they should do it. El Pionero 2. It's the reverse colors. Deep red like mahogany with black. No. I'll have to think about the colors. But the El Pionero 2 L2 Pionero will have a real edge on the false edge. El Pionero 2 L2 Pionero. You can, if you're chasing a glint, that's what you get. That's as much glint as you'll get, right? Oh, that's a big one. Anyways. Very happy with El Pionero Blackout Edition. Here's one last look at it. And the sheath, which takes up almost no more room than the knife. Very cool. Migsy, welcome back to Downtown Gilbert. I was just about to sign off. But actually I still have 10 minutes or 11 minutes. I said I was going to go an hour. And it's at 49 minutes. But that's the unboxing. Very happy with that. It's nice to see all you guys again. I will be back to bystanding. Things are on the up. It's warming up over here though, that kind of sucks. It says tops. It says tactical operational products. That's what tops means? What? Tools for professional, military, law enforcement, and survival experts and bystanders. I'm not a professional. I'm not military. I am not law enforcement, and I am not a survival expert. I'm an amateur at absolute best at all of those. So give me something, tops. Americans? Tools for professional, military, law enforcement, survival experts, and bystanders? You want me to send this back, tops? Because I ain't. You can take it from my cold, dead hands that have been sliced up by another El Pionero and a Pionero versus Pionero off. It's the only way you're going to take it. I don't want to get too offended at that packaging because of woke, but are you saying this tool is not for me? I'm forced to conclude that. I'm forced to conclude that in a very simple, logical flow. Tools for professional military or professional, or is it professional military? See, no, there's no Oxford comma. For professional, military, law enforcement, and survival experts. I guess it would Tools for professional military. No. I think it's professional, comma, military, comma, law enforcement, Oxford, comma, and survival experts. So, it's not for me. Commas cost extra. I guess so. And I want my money back. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Shoot. Let's get some highlight shots of LPN arrow. LPN means low profile knife arrow. The K is silent. Let's see what we got here. Bam! It doesn't look that cool. Psych! It looks super cool. See, you could, oh, nice. Hold on, stand by. That clip is super strong. Tops clip. Or its cousin, the P Junior. Town of Gilbert well site 149 West Vaughn. So there's water underneath here. Alright guys, there's only about 4 minutes left. Thank you for joining me on this unboxing. It was great to be back. I'll be back bystanding eventually. I've been missing you guys. Bauhinia variegata, my favorite tree. Look, you can use this as a bookmark. It's called an orchid tree. Anyways, I didn't know there was one of these right here. That's an expensive tree. Why is it just... This is a sort of expensive-ish, hardish to grow-ish tree. Just in this weird area over here. You have your other knife. This one? Love this one. Also illegal 2 different ways in California. Double edges are illegal. Automatics are illegal. Automatics are, I can't do it that fast, illegal. Guys, the first time I got a Microtech, it was my bigger one, so it was even harder to activate than this one. Just making sure you didn't leave. Oh, thanks. The first time I got a Microtech, it was from this old dude, like this old knife shop guy, but we just met in a parking lot to do the sale. And I got the thing and I was like, dude, what am I doing wrong? And this dude, he was like 89 years old, and he goes, is this your first Microtech? And I went, yeah. And he went, anyway, then I just tried to push way harder and it worked. But I got owned in a parking lot by an 89-year-old guy selling Microtechs. That's why I carry my long mechanic screwdriver, illegal in California. Is Goldwing on the road? Mixie, the Goldwing is... Funny that you ask. The Goldwing is not quite on the road, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. I got a battery for it. I still need to do a couple of things. There's a recall that it needs. But I have the means to push forward on the Goldwing repairs. Sharice, you know what else people used to carry a lot that I don't see anymore? Mag lights. People used to carry mag lights like a fudging sword. How come people don't carry mag lights anymore? Is it just because they don't make, it's like those big old battery flashlights are obsolete basically? Tires, I still need one. I still need at least one tire, maybe two. LED killed mag lights. Yeah, that's what I thought. That actually makes total sense. There used to be like, it made sense because it was like, oh, we have these big ass flashlights because of these big ass batteries anyway. Let's turn that into like a selling point or whatever. But now they don't even make those. Like, there's no need to make those big things anymore. I still use mag lights around the house. It is an excellent, still an excellent self-defense for your home defense weapon. You can blind a fool. You know, it'll always be around somewhere. You just grab it. And especially like if you practice with it and you like use it a lot, you'll have like some skills with it. Man, when I was a kid, mag lights were so cool. Mag lights were so cool when I was a kid. They were like a weapon. It was like tactical dudes had them. Man. They had like insane, like 4-foot long novelty, ridiculous ones. Yeah, they got little tiny O-lights now. O-light and LED killed mag light. I would still use a mag light around the house for lighting fools up and lighting up the area with light. Dude, Wolfman, another great point. All these small lights and stuff are cool, but I've literally lost expensive stuff before because if it was just too hard to keep track of for me. Obviously, is that a personal problem? Yeah. Is it also a problem that stuff is way too small unnecessarily? I don't know. Talk to Wolfman. You know? No major buildings or businesses added in downtown Gilbert, as far as I can tell. Alright guys, that was really fun. It was nice to see you guys all again. Wolfman, Charisse, Migsy, Radio Nerd was here, Mark Gomez, Ambier, Charisse, M-Ball, all the lurkers, Cheryl, all the long time watchers, flashlights and scissors. I guess my thing is flashlights and knives. No, I haven't, you know, I have my couple of flashlights and then I don't buy any more, but knives, it's one of my first loves, you know? What can I say? Anyway, guys, all the lurkers, still love you. All the long time watchers and short time watchers, great to see you, great to hang out. I'll be back here on the streets of Gilbert one of these days. I'll let you know updates as they come. The first order of business is to get the Goldwing for real back on the road. And but I'm finally making some progress. Guys, send me an email for any reason. GilbertBystander at GilbertBystander.com. And see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Love you guys.